today to get a win at Daytona and penalized with just over 20 laps to go, likely taking him out of contention.
Oh, whoa. He's going to spin. Wow, what a save. Oh,
and now Cole Custer into the wall. Caution is out.
Oh, this is going to tear up some good cars, too.
Daniel Hemrick, the pole sitter. Spencer Boyd is there.
I'll tell you, the 76 car, Boyd, he never quit driving, Brad. He was fighting that thing through the traffic, did a nice job of coming out the other side. I don't think there's much damage to the 76 car. Same with Joey Gase. They were tied up in the wreck, but they just fought their way through it.
This could have been a lot worse than it was. This is actually not a bad wreck. When the 11 got down on the apron, it looked like he was going to hook and come up and wipe a bunch out. But these guys, they did a good job minimizing what could have been a really bad wreck.
How big is this break for Elliott Sadler and Chase Elliott? They're right back in it now.
They're back in this race.
What do you say, Matt?
The guys that have the most spoils, the 1 and the 88 teams. There was a little bit of concern about possible damage on the right side of the 1. His spotter, Brett Griffin, said it looks pretty decent. We are good. They are back in this now.
No doubt, Matt. That's awesome. We're going to see a restart with those guys at the back of the pack. That'll be exciting. Let's see what happens to Ryan Truex. Probably gets pushed out of line.
Oh, he gets blocked late by the 16 of Ryan Reed. Definitely makes contact, pushes him underneath the yellow line. Now he's just trying to save it the best he can. That shows you how important the banking is, Michael, because without the banking, these cars will not keep the grip. And he slid right off the flat onto the banking. Did a great job saving it, too.
Didn't look like there was much damage when he came back across the transition.
No. Watch these cars. There goes Custer.
Yeah, Jeff Green was the black and yellow 38 that came through there.
Look at the 76 on the low side. Just fighting it, fighting it. Gets on the high side of Hemrick. Not a lot of damage.
35 of Joey Gase, and the 86, that white and aqua car, that's Brandon Brown, who somehow drove through.
Oh, on board with Ryan. This is going to be great. Oh, my goodness. You see he made contact with the 16, trying to miss him.
Outside easy here. Easy. You're good right here. You're good. You're wrecking up top. Watch the 0 coming down.
We learned the rule last weekend in the Clash. If you pass below the double yellow line and you don't give up that position, you can be penalized. But if you force a driver below the double yellow line, you can as well. Ryan Reed black flagged here. Now let's listen into the 11.
I was inside of them. I felt like I just got right fronted. You did. They should black flag him for that, but I doubt they will.
And they did black flag him. Here's Ryan Reed's reaction.
Yeah, I went to block low with 11 committed, and when he did, it just kind of pulled me sideways, and I slapped doors with him. So,
guys, we've talked all day about blocking. That's what the leaders have been doing, but they've been doing it on the racetrack. What NASCAR deemed Ryan Reed did was forced Ryan Truex under the yellow line. And like you said, the rule is if in NASCAR's judgment you force someone down there, you can be black flagged. Blocking the way the leaders are doing it and the way they're racing up front, that's totally allowed. But Reed forcing Truex under the yellow line, that's not allowed.
No, sir.
Guys, I'll say this. I'd have to think long and hard. I don't know if I remember them actually penalizing a driver for this. If they have, it's been a long time, but it's always been the protocol. If you force someone down, it's their discretion. They can black flag you, and that's what they've done here to Ryan Reed.
And Larry, I'm okay with that. You know, there's a lot of controversy about the blocking last week of Stenhouse in the Clash. And the word was he passed below the yellow line. I was fine with that call. He did just that. In that case, Reed definitely knocked Truex down out of the groove. That penalty is just.
So you guys like how we had the ruling play out there?
That might be a little bit of a stretch. I might be a little bit more on the less rules is better, and it gets very complicated. But, you know, we don't want to see guys wrecking each other like that either. So it's just very complicated.
Here's Ryan Truex, Jamie.
Yeah, and he told the team, man, I was on a ride, joyride through the infield over the grass, the dirt, so they wanted to come in and put some fresh tires on for the 11, Matt.
And the 88 of Chase Elliott is in simply to put on fresher tires, a little bit more fuel, and making the run to the finish. They are back in this as well.
Yeah, the guys that really got the payoff for this caution, the two that were penalized for locking bumpers.
You knew it was coming.
And now maybe that controversy that we thought could play out goes away because
now
they
got
find themselves with a chance to go get it. Let's hear once again from Ryan Reed in Team 16.
They're saying you run them below the yellow line, which looked like there's still a whole lane there. I don't know.
Well, you mean when I almost wrecked it? Like, I mean, I was literally just saving my car. He was tucked up under my left rear, pulled out, and got me loose.
These are tough calls, guys. Really tough, objective calls by NASCAR, but sometimes you got to be tough.